Hey you guys, how are you all today? So, today is day 18 of my 30 days of vlogging. Yes! Okay, so after talking, so it looks like motivation is being pushed again. Let's fix this, it's always moving. Okay. Okay, so what's the topic today? So, I kind of got in this the other day, like said something about it. Okay, so warning, if you are under the age of 18, please leave. You don't need to be hearing any of this. Go, go, go. Like, just, you can come back later, tomorrow, when it's not this. Okay, so, yeah, and I'm outside, so if any little children walk by, I'm just gonna be like, oh. So, alright, so I talked with, I had a couple people that said to go that direction instead of the motivation. So today we are going into the adult topic. Okay, so the topic that we're going to talk about, I mean, I have talked about other things like self-love or no love, about how like masturbation and stuff like that, self-love, to do and whatnot. You know, I think it's good for women to know their own bodies, and even men, you know, to know what you like. But I mean, no offense, but I think you guys are a little easier than us. I mean, you know, come on, it's just, yeah. So so you guys are definitely, you know, for us, for women at least, definitely is, there's a lot more to it, that, you know, we have to find the Heidi spot or the right spot, and you guys just kind of like, and you're good. So, so today's topic actually is not about self-love. I mean, that's part of, I mean, I'm just saying. So I have talked about adult topics before. So this one is about, so it's kind of like dom, sub. So you're either a dom, a sub, or there's actually also switch. But I've also heard it called a heretic too, but I'm gonna have to double check on that, but that's what I've heard as well. But I heard switch actually is when me and a friend, we went to, so of course I go and I have a store that I go to for adult stuff and toys, and they had a class for pretty much dom, you know, dom sub stuff, you know, and they had a dominatrix come in and talk and whatnot, and it was really kind of cool. I mean, we got a free paddle and everything. It was really interesting. I went with my girlfriend because she had a boyfriend, and I just like learning about stuff in that domain, and so it was really funny, but it was interesting. I mean, they even had this like yeah, they had some really crazy stuff that we tried, like, didn't try out, but like, you know, like not on parts, but like on our arms and stuff. They had like this electric like wand thingy that you touch on the skin, and it like sends little electricity things and stuff like that, which was very interesting. That's something I've wanted, you know, whatever floats your boat kind of thing. I mean, so okay, so dom, sub, or switch. And so for me, I'm a very in control person of like my life and everything that I do. Anything I kind of do, I want to be the one in control. I guess because my past relationship, I really wasn't, and I think I lost who I was when I first started dating the guy my ex and stuff. And so I lost who I was. And then when I found myself again, I realized that I do like to be the one. Like, as of right now, for me, I think I'm not really I mean, I'm a dom, but I'm also, so I'm a switch. And so, wait, or a heretic, however, whenever you use, which I, like, when I went to that class, that's when she talked about that, you know. She said, but switches are actually harder, you know, or not always, like they're rarer to find, I guess, or something. But it's because, like, a true dom, they're harder to actually be a submissive, because to relinquish that kind of control is really hard to do. And so that's like with me, to actually like let go like that is like in anything I do actually. So it's like I don't want to let that sort of stuff go. And so, but like I've talked with a lot of guys that are like, yes, I'm a dom. That's all I do. And it's like, okay, never mind. And but the thing is those like that I don't really I don't know. Like I've got several friends that are subs, like complete subs, and that's totally fine. And it's not saying that's the same thing with me. Is like for me, I wouldn't mind playing that role, but for me, it has to. It's a trust thing, like 100%, because that is me handing complete control over to someone else, and it's really hard, and I haven't been able to find someone to do that with, and so um, which I've had several guys be like, "Oh, I could totally do it for you," and I'm just like, "No." I just, me and my game friends used to joke about this, is where someone would be like, "Yeah, I can take you," and I'm like, "And I would break you." So yeah, so that kind of world and stuff like that. I mean, there was I don't see it as kind of a bad thing. I think it's everyone kind of owning their own sexuality and stuff, which is a really good thing, because if you don't know you're not in touch and like where you stand on stuff, it's harder to be in relationships, because when you are in a relationship and for me, in my marriage and stuff like that, I mean, I wasn't who I truly was. And honestly, as far as like satisfaction and stuff, I'm an actress. That's where I got my skills from. No, I'm kidding. I mean, but no, I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot of women out there that um, aren't fully satisfied with their relationship and sex in general, because either they don't fully trust the person they're with, or they're not in the right, like, they don't know who they are or what they're from. I mean, to me, the ultimate release for me is to be able to, well, the control part, yes, I definitely love that. I like being in control, and it's fun to mess with guys, especially ones that are saying they're all dom and they're actually they like the other way too. But for me, to the ultimate release, I think, or like even, I guess, even subs that are really true subs and actually have a really good dom. I mean, and it's not like S&M, like they're gonna whip and all that crazy stuff and all that stuff. What I mean is the trust of being someone who's more dominant, of course, but then someone who, the submissive, they have sort of a control as well, but it's the control of giving over their control to their partner, and so it's like giving that up is a form of control, and letting someone else take have control over their body, so in a sense, the sub is actually just as dominant as has as much control as the dominant does. And so yeah, when I mean dom sub switch, I'm not saying, oh, I'm whipping people or okay. I'm just saying, when I'm saying dom or sub, that doesn't mean a person strapping someone down and whipping them or anything like that, or tying them up, or any other thing like that. But as far as what I'm saying is, that sort of circumstance, I think everyone needs to get in touch with who they are and what they truly are sexually. Someone who likes certain things, I mean, there is this extremes on both ends. There's the dominant who does take them and I mean, they can't get satisfaction without like the whipping and doing all that. But I mean, I guess that's more of a sadistic dom, or whatnot, or just the extra control over someone. And then there's also the sub who likes to be, I mean, but that's more like a masochist. So for me, what I mean is the whole dom sub situation switch, is that honestly, you guys need to find out what you truly are. I mean, it's always kind of cool to try to see if you are those sort of other things. So if you're like, I'm definitely a dom all the way, have you ever tried to be a sub? Have you actually ever tried to release control? And I mean, it's, if you have and you're like, I don't like that, then totally you're a dom. But, and again, it's not in the sense of being tied down or anything, whipping or anything like that. It's more of the sense giving your, a sub is giving themselves to the other person completely. And then also a dom actually has to be able to take care and like not hurt that other person. You know, I mean, it's not really like the care that the dom has to show their sub or their person that they're with when someone is that way. You don't ever want to overstep or you're like their boundaries or stuff like that to where they get hurt in later relationships and whatnot. But you definitely, you have to be careful with that kind of stuff, you know. And so but yeah, so a sub has control in a sense because they're the ones handing the control over to someone else. Because if they never did that, then there wouldn't be any, you know, it wouldn't work. And so yeah, so for me personally, I'm definitely a switch. Because, but mostly it's more, I lean more towards the dom until I can find, like, until I'm with someone that really I can be like, truly trust to be like, all right, I'm giving up full control, which that has not really happened. So, yeah. But, so find out your guys's. So this whole thing was really, it's not just to say, hey, BDSM and all that stuff, you know, go towards that direction, which I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying know who you are, in that sense of the word, you know. You always want to know like where you're coming from, so that way you are with a partner, you guys can connect better and stuff like that. Because if you go into a situation and you don't know what you like or like anything like that, you just go along for the ride, one, you're not going to enjoy it at all. I mean, trust me, I've been in situations where it's not that fun. But since the you know, divorce and by myself, I've really come into my own and like owning it, you know. I mean, I guess it's because I'm older than what I was, and like it's like I own my shit, you know. I own my sexuality. I know what I like, and I'm gonna get it. And so yeah, you definitely find out, you know. And same way with the other, what I was talking about, self love and all that stuff. And don't be afraid. I mean, if you're not satisfied, or you know, talk to your partners. That's a big thing. You want to make sure you're talking to your partners about how you like things or what you don't like, because honestly, if you don't tell them, they're never going to know. They're not mind readers, for one. And so it's like, if you're sitting there the entire time just faking it, which unfortunately that happens a lot. And I mean, because honestly, we don't want to hurt your feelings, you know. Mostly it's women. I mean, honestly, you guys can't fake that shit. I mean, you really can't. I mean, unless you're like totally like, it's not something that's really hard to fake. Girls, on the other hand, women, it's so much easier. But so it's just like, we feel bad when it doesn't happen, you know. So that's, I think, why a lot of women just fake it, because they're just like, well, he did it, and he's not going to probably do much more because he's done. He's dying over there, you know, or he's like laying there passed out because he's finished already, and you're just like, I'm just getting started here. What's going on? And yeah, unfortunately, warm up. You know, we're not like a microwave. We don't just put it in, ding. We're more like an oven, like an old school oven where you gotta prime it and warm it up and let it sit for a while. Then shit can get done, okay? So for the guys out there, that's my little tip too, you know, because like as women, you know, we kind of, you know, and dom and subs for guys as well, you know, find out what you like. If you like the sub part, you know, or if you're a dom and you've never tried having someone dominate or be in control, try it out. You know, if you don't like it, cool. That way you know. If you like it, you know, spice it up every once in a while. You know, you don't have to do that all the time though, but it's sometimes fun to actually let go with someone you trust, of course, and let them have a way with you, you know, from head to toe. So yeah, so today that was my topic. I actually, one of my game friends that I was talking to, I was like, so which one is it? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do an adult topic. Is that cool, guys? And my Johnny, the one who actually has commented on stuff before, he's like, make sure you stay in the rules. And I'll like YouTube. I'm like, I'm good. You know, I've done the self love video, and I mean, I've actually seen other videos that have been way riskier than mine have. So we'll see what happens, but I try not to, again, force you guys or point you, tell you which direction you need to go, but again, it's always good to know who you are, not only you know, just overall. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you need to be in touch with yourself and like spiritually and all of that stuff, but you know, and they're all like over here, but you kind of forget, you know, there's another part down here that needs to be taken care of. And you need to know what's going on there too, because honestly, that's all connected to you, man. If that stuff's out of whack, dude, if you're, I mean, I hate to say it, but if you're not getting any, point to my other video. It releases endorphins. It's really good for you. And so yeah, so that's mine for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had fun. And I can't wait to see what, since I know Nordland, he was like, I don't really have much to say, because yesterday was just my testing out of video stuff, which I thought was funny. So yeah, I can't wait to see what he has to say today. If he watches. If he does, cool, hi. And if he doesn't, okay. Hey everybody else who's watching. So yeah, I would love any topics. I definitely would love some comments on this one, because these are ones that I really find interesting. I mean, I really want to go into it more, but I do know that I can only say so much without getting in trouble by the almighty YouTube. So yeah, find out, you know, just like the other video, it's always good to explore and know your body, but not only that, but like your preferences, what you like, and make sure you find someone that you trust, and then that way you can fully either give over or be the one in charge, and that sort of thing, and then learn what you guys like. That's always fun. But speak up. Don't ever just sit there and fake it, ladies. You know, speak your mind. Let them know when it doesn't work or not work, okay? Because honestly, if you let them get away with it for a long time, they'll think it's good. And then you're finally going to be like, God dang, this is what you need to do. Don't do this. Like, why are you playing around over here? There's nothing over there. What? Come here. You know, like, come on, move a little bit this way. And you just gotta direct. I mean, especially, you know, if they're down in that direction, you're just like, okay, this way, go to your left a little bit, or like even move your body around a little bit to get them in the right spots. Or even gentlemen, same thing. If you like it a certain way, let us know, because yeah, I mean, communication is a huge thing. So even when you're in that situation, you always want to be communicative with your partner, because if you're not, then it's just not going to be any fun. And so that's my tips for today. Man, I just was all like throwing tips out and ideas out everywhere. So find out who you are sexually, dom, switch, or sub. Dom, sub, or switch, whichever how you want to go it. And it's not saying, when I say those words, like I said, when I say those, that's not meaning, hey, I'm going to tie you down, beat you with a whip or something because I'm a dom. Or I'm gonna just lay there and let you spank me, or oh God, that is so, man, yeah, I'm glad it's getting dark, because it's kind of, I think my cheeks are a little blushed. I just think it's funny, because I mean, I want to say more and like go into more detail, but then I know I'll definitely be in trouble, so we're not gonna go that way. So definitely find out what you guys are, and not, like I said, not in the sense of like leather bondage and handcuffs and all that stuff, which I'm not saying those are bad, not at all, or whips or spanking or anything like that. That's not saying anything bad about that. I'm just saying, when I'm talking about dom, sub, and switch, that's what I mean. So anyways, so day 18 of 30 days. Thank you guys for watching so much. I appreciate it. And this one actually was a little longer than I thought it was going to end up being. I thought this was going to be short. Man, my See, talking about subjects like this, my mind just automatically goes to the gutter. I know some, yeah, we're just going to stop right there, because if I don't, we're going to keep going forever. So, thank you guys so much for following along on my 30 days. And I may even go longer, just depending on what happens, because it's like becoming a daily thing for me. And you know how they say doing something for 30 days becomes a habit. So we'll see what happens. I mean, so yeah, have a great day. I really look forward to seeing any comments and discussions, and then later topics that you guys want to talk about. And if it's adult topics, I am down. Send it my way. I am totally happy to talk about that stuff, as within the rule guidelines, so I don't get like in trouble. And so yeah, so don't forget to comment below, would appreciate it, and don't forget to share to see who everybody else wants, make sure they all know themselves. And then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, so that way you guys can see when I post my video tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic